Hello YouTube. This is going to be a review of the Gameboy Light, which I have actually just recently sold on eBay. What I want to do, I've looked at some reviews of Gameboy Light, and I wanted to kind of do something a little bit different. As many of you know, the Gameboy Light was not available in the United States. It came out in 1997 in Japan, I believe. A fairly limited number were produced, and I wanted to kind of, those people who are finding out about it, wanted to just kind of give it some comparisons to my brighter screen Game Boy SP. One thing I just wanted to first talk about is there is kind of like what I call like the wow factor. Anything that you can find somewhere else and can't find in the U.S. I always think it's kind of cool. Mine I bought off eBay. It's kind of beat up, but I didn't pay the new in box price. It works fine. So I'm not sure what you're going to see on this, but I'll just kind of turn around and around. Basically, I like to call it is a backlit Game Boy Pocket. I've got the game Hex Light in it right now. I did this for illustrative purposes. Hopefully it will show up when I on the tube when I actually turn on. As you can see, it has 2 AA batteries. Game Boy Pocket has 4. This was my understanding to accommodate the backlit properties of the screen. Basically, if you look at it, it looks like a Game Boy Pocket. It's a little thicker. Once again, I think to accommodate the backlit qualities. Let me turn it on for you and see what you can come up. Now, this has a switch on the top. Like I said, this is a Hex Light game. It has a switch on the top which allows you to turn it off and then on without light and then light. I'm going to go ahead and turn it all the way on with light as it loads. See what you can see. Okay. Hear it? Awesome sound, huh? Not really. If you can see it, hopefully you will see the, I'll bring it back and forth a little bit. Hopefully I'll get it one way or the other. Okay. I'm going to set this down for a second, and hopefully you can see that. I'll turn on my SP brighter screen version. This has my beloved Tetris game in it. I can turn on one-handed. I won't have the sound up on it because it's going to beat, obviously, plus it'll be competing with the Game Boy Light. I always play mine games on the SP on the widescreen, stretch out the Game Boy format. This is as you can hopefully see, a Tetris DX. And this is on the low light, and I'm trying to get you where you can see the comparison between the screens. I don't know if that's coming through or not. But I would say that if you cannot see it this way, that we used to have original SPs, the advanced SPs, and they were brighter than the, not to mention much clearer than the Game Boy Light. If I turn on bright screen for SP, hopefully that bright screen you can see that. I don't even have a BS light because I love my SP so much. But you can hear actually the Game Boy Light has pretty good audio. That's my screensaver. On my SP bright screen. what I was going to let you know basically is, like I said, there's the wow factor. If you like to get a piece of equipment that's normally not sold in the U.S., then I think it's kind of fun to kind of have a Game Boy Light. However, in terms of quality, it really is no comparison. Since you can play all of your Game Boy games on your SP, especially like my bright screen Advance SP, which is even brighter than the original SP. There's really no need to rush out and pay a premium for a Game Boy Light unless you just really want to have that. Like I said, I went ahead and I bought this, and I just sold it to this individual on eBay because I wanted to see what it was like. I'll turn it off so you can hear me a little better perhaps. And like I said, the Game Boy Light does not play Game Boy Color only games. It'll only play Game Boy and Game Boy Color games. So any of your translucent Game Boy Color games that you may want to play on a Game Boy Light will not work. So for that purpose, my suggestion is, if you are going to pay a premium for a backlit screen, and a really good backlit screen at that, look for a brighter screen SP. Plus it plays Advance games. Okay. If you have any questions or comments, I look forward to them. I hope this has been at least interesting for you. And we try to review things at the Family Tech channel that people might have an interest in, and I'm still working with my iPhone 3G, so look for a review coming up very shortly on that for those people who have been wondering. Thank you. Bye.